Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Peggy's Skylight. Thank you for coming out and spending your Saturday night with us. We've got a great band for you today, and we are... Friday. Is it Friday? Oh, no. You're Friday? Okay. Let's try that one again. We've got a great band for you tonight. We're really happy to have them back once again. Before they begin their set, just a reminder that there will be some quieter songs and quieter moments during the show. So we ask that you be mindful of noise during the performance itself. But please... forget about that right now. Make as much noise as you can, and welcome to the stage, Moscow Drug Club.
One, two, three, four. Hello, good evening.
Stasera, baby, go, go, go. Oh, as we made you say, if you're ever gonna kiss me, it'd better be tonight, while the mandolins are playing and stars are bright. If you've anything to tell me, it'd better be tonight, or somebody else may tell me and whisper the words just right. Meglio stasera, baby, go, go, go. Or as we made you say, fa subito. For this poor Americano who knows little of your speech, be a nice Italiano and start to teach. Show me how in old Milano, yeah, lovers hold each other tight. But I want you, sweet paesano, it had better be tonight. Meglio stasera, baby, go, go, go. Or as we made you say, fa subito. Johnny Bruce. Meglio stasera, baby, go, go, go. Or as we natives say, facilito. For this poor Americano who knows little of your speech, be a nice Italiano and start to teach. Show me how in old Milano lovers hold each other tight. But I warn you, sweet minds, I know it had better be tonight. Meglio stasera, baby, go, go, go. Or as we natives say, pursue. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. And once again, thank you for joining us tonight. This is lovely. What a wonderful way to start a weekend with a full room of joyful people. It's wonderful. Thank you. We're going to carry on with a tune that was written for Eartha Kitt. And this was inspired by reading her autobiography, which was a very exciting read. I had no idea about the huge life that she had and all the strings to her bow. I knew her growing up in the 1960s. This is after this, but I'm not quite that old, but Catwoman. There was a series on television in North America, and she played Catwoman in the Batman television series, which is great. So that was my first introduction to Eartha Kitt, and I was pretty wowed. So to then later read her autobiography and find out all the things she did, extraordinary stuff. Anyway, so you might experience this as well. When you're reading about somebody, certainly if it's musical, I find myself listening to recordings of the person that I'm reading about. And in the 1950s, she had a brilliant sort of recording time with some tremendous arrangers and composers. And so we'd like to do an arrangement of a song that she did in the mid-1950s. And this is perfectly named Mink Schmink. This is our arrangement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mink, schmink, money, shmoney. Think you're hot now, don't you, honey? What have you got if you haven't got love? A silk schmilk, satin schmack, a penthouse high in old Manhattan. That's not enough if you haven't got love. Happiness is not a thing that you can buy. It takes loving, lots of loving, from the right guy. Pearl schmurls, Ermine schmerman, from Jim or Jack or Joe or Herman. What have you got if you haven't got love? Don't you know it's just tomfoolery? What have you got if you haven't got love? Now Karshmars and Princess Schmintzes, or caviar and Polish blintzes, it don't mean a thing if you haven't got love. Love is just a simple thing that you can't buy. You can't get it wholesale, darling. Why try? A tips, schmips, Ermin, Schmerman, Jim or Jack, Joe or Herman. That's not enough if you haven't got love. Thank you so much. So I've introduced Johnny on the trumpet and Merrick on the accordion. This is Will Edmonds on the guitar. And Mr. Andy Crowdy on the double bass. Right, we're going to carry on with a tune that was written by Peggy Lee. Ooh, it's all about the women right now. Fantastic. She was a wonderful, as I'm sure most of you know, a fantastic singer and performer, but also a great songwriter. This is Peggy Lee's The Gypsy with a Fire in His Shoes.
1, 2, 3.
Once fell in love with a gypsy, danced with a flame in his shoes. Made me believe that he loved me, made me sad, made me happy too. A gypsy with a fire in his shoes. I was a fool to believe him. Love makes a fool out of you. Don't give your heart to a gypsy. If he dances so all the stars may tell that he is fire in his shoes. He must dance, I know it well, but I love him so. Why can't he dance for me? Why must he go? Don't trust a fellow named Chico. If he throws a red rose dream, the one that he gave me is painted. But those dark flashing eyes that burn so bright, just like the fire in his shoes.
Why can't he dance for me? Why must he go? I was a fool to believe him. Love makes a fool out of you. Don't give your heart to a gypsy. If he dances so all the stars may tell that he is fire in his shoes.
You guys finished?
He's got the fire in his
Fantastic. Wow, what a band. Very exciting. We're going to carry on with one of our own tunes. This is a song that was inspired by infamous woman from New Orleans, Louisiana. She was a hoodoo priestess, and this is our song called The Voodoo Queen of New Orleans. A 1, 2, 3. Okay. Wait a second.
shrouded in the back streets down in New Orleans. There lived a hoodoo priestess they call the Voodoo Queen. She cured disease and grant desires, rid you of your foes, while stirring her elixir by the fire. Marie Laveau,
Marie Laveau,
a voodoo de le Creole.
Marie Laveau, Marie Laveau,
Where the fireback pheasant crow.
Marie Laveau,
Oh, we dig that voodoo show. Remembered for her skill and compassion for the ill. Across Lake Pontchartrain, where they flock to hear her name. She cast a Haitian spell while smoking a big cigar. Rid you of your hell, no matter how indignant you are. Marie Laveau,
Marie Laveau,
down where the black trees grow.
Marie Laveau, Marie Laveau,
Where the fireback pheasant crow.
Marie Laveau,
Oh, where the three-legged swamp dog go. she lay beyond the grave. Thousands visit every day, hoping for a magic spell to rise up from the bones below. So if you're looking for the meaning of your mortal soul, go to the place where the black trees grow, the spirit of Marie Laveau. Marie Laveau.
Marie Laveau.
Down where the black trees grow.
Marie Laveau. Marie Laveau.
See that Cajun snake dust blow.
Marie Laveau.
Oh, we dig that voodoo show.
Marie Laveau.
Down where the black trees grow.
Marie Laveau.
Out where the three-legged swamp dog go.
Thank you, thank you. Who's been to a Moscow Drug Club gig before? Oh, it's kind of this side heavy. Brilliant, okay. Thank you so much for joining us. It's just terrific. We're going to return to a bit of that sort of 1950s Eartha Kitt arrangements, compositions. This is a tune that was written for her, again, originally in French, and I'm going to do the English version. This is a song called The Heel, which is very much, I think, a North American term. Do we know the heel? Do we know that term? It's a bit of a, not a nice person particularly, a bit of a jerk.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The one who has me for his own is on the town and I'm alone. In his blue suit and his new tie, slam the door without goodbye. Tonight my eyes are jealous green, tonight I'm melancholy mean. He meets in secret rendezvous, some dame to tell his troubles to. The heel. He'll promise her most anything, a sable coat, a diamond ring. She'll find him out when it's too late. All she gets will be a date. But while the dawn's a distant thing, in his embrace her heart will sing, her dizzy head will spin with lies, and all too soon a woman cries. They hear the neon lights that flash below ignite my room with double glow, and in the gloom I hear a laugh. It's coming from his photograph. I wring my hands and walk the floor and swear to even up the score. For where a kitten cried tonight, a panther waits to claw and bite. They hear. I dare not play my radio, one more complaint and out I go. I'm sick of playing solitaire. The ace of spades is everywhere. There'll be no sleep for me tonight. The sheep I count are never white. They all turn out to be jet black. And who's the leader of the pack? The heat. At dawn I know we'll stagger in, demanding coffee black as sin. And as I take it from the tin, I slip a little powder in. He'll look at me and start to cry and cross his heart and hope to die and mumble, I know how you feel, but I've been on a business deal. They hear. Then as the pot begins to perk, I know my plan will never work. And as he starts to drink it up, I grab his hand and break the cup. It's only jealousy, I know, that brought my thinking down so low. Why must I wait for him and grieve? Why don't I just pack up and leave? They hear.
no, he's really on the stair. I'll try and act like I don't care, for in my heart's a rhythmic tick, I find it takes two heels to click. We're in a web of love and hate, where it will end us up to fate. I'll let him have his little flings. I'll be the chewing gum that clings to the heel. Thank you, thank you. Now, I think we've not heard nearly enough of the wonderful Will Edmonds on the guitar. He's going to set this next tune up. This is a song written by the wonderful Mr. Tom Waits. This is called A Jockey Full of Bourbon. In a drop-dead suits, Dutch pink on the downtown train, $2 pistol, but the gun won't shoot. I'm in the corner in the pouring rain, 60 men in a dead man's chest. I've been drinking from a broken cup, 2 pairs of pants and a bowhead vest. I'm full of bourbon, I can't stand up. Hey little bird, fly away home. The house is on fire, children are alone. Hey little bird, fly away home. The house is on fire, children are alone. Ship the broken bottle on Morgan's head. I've been stepping on the devil's tail, across the stripes of a full moon's head, through the bars of a Cuban jail. Bloody fingers on a purple knife, a flamingo drinking from a cocktail glass. I'm on the lawn with someone else's wife, admire the view from up on top of the mast. Hey little bird, fly away home. Your house is on fire, children are alone. Hey little bird, fly away home. Your house is on fire, children are alone. Dutch pink on a downtown train, $2 pistol, but the gun won't shoot. I'm in the corner in the pouring rain, 60 men in a dead man's chest. I've been drinking from a broken cup, 2 pairs of pants and a bowhead vest. I'm full of bourbon, I can't stand up. Hey little bird, fly away home. Your house is on fire, your children are alone. Hey little bird, fly away home. Your house is on fire, your children are alone. Hey little bird, fly away home. Your house is on fire, your children are alone. Hey little bird.
houses on fire, the children are alone.
So I didn't grow up in Nottingham. Is that a surprise? Anyone been to Canada? Yes. This side heavy. The Canadians come again and again to see Moscow Dragon. No. So I grew up in a place called Vancouver, and also Victoria on Vancouver Island. Don't know if folks have visited there, but it was a lovely place to grow up. And my folks were in the theater. My mother was a writer and a director, so I grew up in the theater. And she was also a fantastic cook, which was wonderful as well, growing up to be always fed good food. And as it turned out, because she was a good cook, the dinner parties with the theater company would always end up around at our place, and which was delightful for my brother and I at a young age, sort of growing up in that environment. And both my parents had quite an eclectic taste in music, so there was always interesting stuff on the turntable. But there was one album that was played at every dinner party, which is Jaques Brel is Alive and Well and Living in Paris. And it was very evocative as a young person, and it stuck with me all my life. So we would like to do an arrangement of a tune from that recording. This is called The Port of Amsterdam. In the port of Amsterdam, there's a sailor who sings of the dreams that he brings from the wide open sea. In the port of Amsterdam, there's a sailor who sleeps while the riverbank weeps with the old willow tree. In the port of Amsterdam, there's a sailor who dies, full of beer, full of cries, in a drunken down fight. And in the port of Amsterdam, there's a sailor who's born on a muggy hot morn by the dawn
dawn's early light. In the port of Amsterdam, where the sailors all meet, there's a sailor who eats only fish heads and tails. He will show you his teeth that have rotted too soon, that can swallow the moon, that can haul up the sails. And he yells to the cook with his arms open wide, bring me more fish, put it down by my side. Then he wants to belch, but he's too full to try. So he gets up and laughs, and he zips up his fly. In the port of Amsterdam, you see sailors who dance, grinding women to paunch, paunches bursting their pants. They've forgotten the tune that the whiskey voice croaks, splitting the night with the roar of their jokes. And they turn and they dance and they laugh and they lust till the rancid sound of the accordion bursts. Then out to the night with the pride in their pants, with the women they tow underneath the street lamps. In the port of Amsterdam, you see sailors who drink, and they drink and they drink, and they drink once again. They drink to the health of the women of Amsterdam, who have promised their love to 1,000 other men. They've buried their bodies, their virtue long gone for a few dirty coins. When he can't go on, he plants his nose to the sky, wipes it up above, and he pisses like I cry on an unfaithful love. In the port of Amsterdam, 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 in the port of Amsterdam.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. We're going to do one more tune before we take a short break. This is a beautiful gypsy folk tune. It's really, really old, and many, many, many people have played it and recorded it. And then Charles Aznavour wrote some beautiful poetry to the melody. So we'd like to do an arrangement of 2 guitars.
Strummed by gypsy fingers on a restless edge of night. Every memory lingers. They don't know the deep in me. There's a sadness burning for my youth so wild and free. In her hands returning light, 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 play now, gypsies, play for me. Hide my inner voices, tantalizing endlessly, offering no choices. A heavy heart, but my head is light, and my legs are hollow. I will drink again tonight, and all the nights that follow. Light, 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 light. drown in my sorrow. Help me stop remembering. Give me back tomorrow. Come and let the good wine pour. Liquor makes me blameless. Give me more and more. Get me drunk and painless. Two guitars against my head, with their plain persistence, for all the futile days ahead, full of vain existence. So what is life? Why live anyhow? Question your creators. We're alive and living now, and dead a minute later. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Now when you see my body drop, drag me up waking, then your two guitars can start gypsy music making. Let me hear your haunting theme, for my soul demands it, until I'm too drunk to dream. Play on, I command. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll take a short break. We'll be back in a minute. Thank you. Desert shadows creep across the sand. Natives kneel in prayer by caravans. They're silhouetted under an eastern star. I see my long lost blossom of Shalimar. You visit you or a dream of delight in the night. Old temple bells are calling across the sands. We'll find our fate answering love's command. Visit you, all the moon and the sun, fairest one. Oh, temple bells are calling across the sand. We'll find our fate, answering love's command. Desert shadows creep across the sands. Natives kneel in prayer by caravans. They're silhouetted under an eastern star. I see my long lost blossom of Shalimar. Visit you or a dream of delight the heavens will guide us and bless our love.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome back to round two. You're still here. This is a very good sign. Always good. Oh, it made me laugh so much because that very handsome barman was shaking his at the same time. It's brilliant. Did you do that on purpose? Yeah. Made me smile. All right. We're going to take you back to 1920 something or other. This is a time when there were lots of sort of vaudeville shows and dancers and swing music was wonderful. And there was a young woman called Marion Sunshine who was a dancer and performer and singer. And she wrote a couple of tunes that we're still doing today, which is absolutely brilliant. This is called When I Get Low, I Get High.
My foot got stole, oh Lord, ain't it cold? But I ain't gonna holler, 'cause I still got $1 when I get low.
Whoa, I get high.
My man walked out, now you know it ain't right. He better watch out if I catch him tonight. I said, when I get low.
Whoa, I get high.
All the bad luck in this town that surrounds me. Nobody knows, trouble goes all around me. I'm all alone with the one to kiss me. Oh, rockin' chair ain't gonna get me, 'cause when I get low,
Whoa, I get high.
Oh Lord, ain't it cold? I ain't gonna holler 'cause I still got $1, and when I get low,
Whoa, I get high.
my man walked out, now you know it ain't right. You better watch out if I catch him tonight. I said, when I get low.
Whoa, I get high.
All the bad luck in this town that surrounds me, nobody knows. Trouble goes all around me, all around me, all around me. I'm all alone with no one to kiss me. Old rockin' chair ain't gonna get me, 'cause when I get low,
Oh, 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 I get high.
And now for something completely different. We're going to do another one of our own tunes. This is a song that was inspired by Mr. Rudyard Kipling, and it is entitled Serpentine.
I'm a highly intelligent python. I don't get my tail in a knot. I'd rather discuss mathematics than lie in the sun and just rot. I slither and coil around problems, my sliding and slippery mind. At your suggestion, can solve any question, especially the difficult kind. A class act if ever I saw one, smooth as a tropical night. My velvety tongue will seduce you. My squeeze is much worse than my bite. My velvety tongue will seduce you. My squeeze is much worse than my bite. I know my venomous power. I'm confident in my own skin. I'd like to wrap myself around you, get closer, take you in. Give me a complex equation, something to get myself around. I'd love to impress you, maybe undress you, silence without a sound.
Tropical night.
My velvety tongue will seduce you. My squeeze is much worse than my bite. My velvety tongue will seduce you. My squeeze is much worse than my bite. My velvety tongue was seducing. My squeeze is much worse than my bite. My velvety tongue was seducing, my dear. My squeeze is much worse than my bite. All right, would you like the story about New York City? Or the story about drugs? Yes, all right. Okay, so anyone been to New York? Yes, more people than Canada, all right. Yeah, I know what kind of crowd you are. So, has anyone had the experience while in New York of going to the Louis Armstrong House and Museum? No. Few people have that I've met, which is really interesting. We're all big Louis Armstrong fans, and of course, I think if you're a lover of jazz, a lover of music, he's the king. And I had the great fortune of going out and discovering his house, which has become this museum. And it's a very modest house out in Queens, and it's left exactly the way it was in the 1970s when he died. So you go into the house, and you're taken around, and his study, still has some of his letters on the desk, and you go into the kitchen, and it's all 70s crockery, and the bedding in the bedroom is still the same, and it's eerie but deeply moving in some way, if that makes sense. And there's a terrific fellow who has over the years collected articles and things that Louis had and collected through his life. And so there's an archival museum down the street from his house where you can go and look at all the things he collected, art pieces and music that he wrote, arrangements and all sorts of things. But the most exciting thing, of course, is his trumpet collection. And if you're a trumpet player, you can bring your own mouthpiece, and you put these white gloves on, and you can play one of Louis' trumpets. So I reckon we should all pool together and send Johnny there. What do you reckon? Very exciting. So anyway, that's my Louis story. That's my New York story. And it was so exciting. What a cool thing to do. So we're going to do a tune that Louis wrote. Why not? He wrote it in 1935. This is called Old Man Mose is Dead. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Once there lived an old man with a very crooked nose. He lived in a log hut, and they called him Old Man Mose.
Yeah.
Early one morning, I knocked on his door. Didn't hear a single sound, ain't gonna do no more. 'Cause I believe,
Oh man,
I believe,
oh man,
I believe.
oh man, old man Mose is dead.
I'm telling you, I believe,
Oh man,
I do believe,
oh man,
I believe.
oh man, old man Mose is dead.
Now,
We believe,
oh, kick the bucket,
we believe,
oh, kick that bucket,
we believe,
yeah, kick that bucket.
we believe he's
peeped through the crack. I saw an old man lying flat on his back.
Yeah.
If old man Moses was dead asleep, I didn't know.
She didn't know.
But after looking through the window, I ain't gonna do no more. 'Cause I found out.
Old man.
I found out.
Old man.
I found out.
Old man. Old man Moses dead.
I'm telling you, I found out.
Old man.
What it's all about.
Old man.
I found out.
Old man. Old man Moses dead.
Now
We found out.
don't kick the bucket.
We found out.
Don't kick that bucket.
We found out.
Yeah, kick that bucket.
We found out he's dead.
Yeah,
We
boy.
found out.
He kicked that bucket.
We found out.
We found out.
We found out.
That's what we found out.
We found out he's dead.
And we went around to the side door and I peeked through the crack. I saw an old man lying flat on his back. If old man Moses was dead asleep, I didn't know. But after looking through that window, I ain't gonna do that no more. 'Cause I found out.
Old man.
I found out.
Old man.
I found out.
Old man. Old man Moses dead.
I'm telling you, I found out.
Old man.
What it's all about.
Old man.
I found out.
Old man. Old man Moses dead.
Now,
We found out.
oh, kick the bucket.
We found out.
Oh, kick that bucket.
We found out.
Yeah, kick that bucket.
We found out he's dead. We found out.
He dead and gone.
We found out.
I'll not be here anymore.
We found out.
So we're gonna say a big
We
goodbye.
found out he's dead.
Oh, yeah. Evoking the spirit of Louis Armstrong, Mr. Johnny Bruce.
Old man Moses.
Yeah. All right. Now, I don't think we've heard nearly enough from Andy Crowdy, our wonderful double bassist, who's holding it all together for all of us. Andy's going to start us off on this next tune. We're going to revisit a little bit of that Jaques Brel. This is called Jackie. Yeah. And if someday I should should become a singer with a Spanish bum. I'd sing for women of great virtue. I'd sing to them with a guitar, I borrow from a coffee bar. What you don't know doesn't hurt you. My name would be Antonio. All my bridges I would burn, and if I gave something, I'd expect something in return. I'd have to get drunk every night to talk about virility with some old grandmother who might be decked out like a Christmas tree. And no pink elephants I'd see, though I'd be drunk as I could be, still I would sing my song to me. By the time they call me Jackie, if I could be for only an hour, if I could be for an hour every day, be just for one little hour, cute, 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 in a stupid-ass way. Now if I joined the social world, became procurer of young girls, and I would have my own bordello, my record would be #1, and I'd sell records by the ton, all sung by many another fellow. My name would then be Handsome Jack, and I'd sell boats of opium, whiskey that came from Twickenham, authentic queers and phony virgins. I'd have a bank on every finger, a finger in every country ruled by me. And still I'd know where I'd want to be. Locked up inside my opium den, surrounded by some Chinamen, I'd sing the song that I sang then. By the time they call me Jackie, if I could be for only an hour, if I could be for an hour every day, be just for one little hour, cute, 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 in a stupid-ass way. Now tell me, wouldn't it be nice if one day in paradise I sang for all the ladies up there and they would sing along with me? We'd be so happy there. To be down below is really nowhere. My name would then be Jupiter. I would know where I was going and become all knowing, with my hair all long and flowing. If I became deaf, dumb, and blind because I pitied all mankind, it broke my heart to make things right. I know every single night when my angelic work was through, the angels and the devils too would sing my childhood song to me. By the time they call me Jackie, if I could be for only an hour, if I could be for an hour every day, be just for one little hour, cute, 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 in a stupid ass way.
Mr. Andy Crowder.
Thank you, Nottingham.
Oh, brilliant. I think we've got time for a couple more. Are you up for it? All right. Oh, wonderful. Can we take you everywhere we go? Just gorgeous. All right, we're going to revisit some Peggy Lee. If you know it, sing along. This is called Mañana. 1, 2, 3, 4. The faucet, she is dripping and the fence is falling down. My pocket needs some money so I can't go into town. My brother isn't working, my sister doesn't care. The car, she needs a motor so I can't go anywhere. Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me. My mother's always working, she's working very hard.
Very, very hard.
But every time she looks at me, I'm sleeping in the yard. My mother thinks I'm lazy, maybe she is right. I'll go to work mañana, but I gotta sleep tonight. Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me. Once I had some money, but I gave it to a friend. He said he'd pay me double, it was only a left. He said a little later that the horse, she was so slow. Why he gave the horse my money, I don't know. Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me. Now my brother took a suitcase, he went away to school. My father said he only learned to be a silly fool. My father said that I should learn to make a chili pot. But then I burned the house down, the chili was too hot. Mañana, mañana, oh yeah, mañana is soon enough for me. All right, John. doesn't fix it, we'll be soaking to the skin. But if we wait a day or two, the rain may go away, and we don't need a window on such a sunny day. Mañana,
Mañana, mañana is soon enough for me. Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for filling this room with a lot of joy. What a tremendous way to spend an evening. It's just delightful to shut the world out and have a nice time together. So thank you for coming. A huge thank you to Peggy's. What an incredible venue. Our hats off to everyone who works here and how tirelessly they're creating this incredible venue with live music 5 nights a week. It's just incredible, and fingers crossed it keeps going because it's so important, and I'm sure it makes a cultural sort of statement in Nottingham. What a delightful place to have. I wish we had them in every city. Yeah. So we thought it would be appropriate to perhaps end with a song written by a Canadian composer. This is our arrangement of Leonard Cohen's Dance Me to the End of Love. Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch, be my homeward dove. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. Let me see your beauty when the witnesses have gone. Let me see you moving like they do in Babylon. Show me slowly what I only know, the limits of. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. Or dance me to the wedding now. Dance me on and on. Dance me very tenderly and dance me very long. We're both of us beneath our love. We're both of us above. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love.
Dance me to the children who are asking to be born. Dance me through the curtain that our kisses have outworn. Raise a tent of shelter now, though every thread is torn. Dance me to the end of love. Ah, dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming. Thanks to an incredible sound person. Should we just do one more? Well, that's sorted. Okay. Boom. So, there's quite a lot of people who haven't seen us before. Is that correct? Do I have that right? You must be thinking, Moscow Drug Club, where did that name come from? Curious Times, of course. So, the truth of it is that we met in rehab in Moscow, and what? It's the name of a song, and when we first formed, we were putting together a small repertoire of material, because of course we all come from different musical backgrounds and had lots of things to put in a pot. And one of the tunes that came up was from this Canadian songwriter. His name was B.B. Gabor, and in the 1980s, he had a few sort of pop hits in Toronto, in Canada. And his story is that his family had migrated from Hungary in the 1950s and trying to escape the atrocities that were happening at that time. And the story is that they escaped just before the Russians invaded. And so he grew up with these sort of memories of all sorts of not pleasant things. And so he delightfully put it into his sort of memories into songs with a bit of tongue-in-cheek, and which is a good, I suppose, way to deal with these sort of horrors of war and stuff. And so he wrote this tune, and this song is about these subversives and all these artists and painters who would collect and get together in a jazz club underneath the Kremlin, and they would talk about ideas and all sorts of things, and it was quite hush hush. So anyway, this is the story of Moscow Drug Club, and his name once again was B.B. Gabor. This is our arrangement of his tune. I hope you enjoy it. Moscow Drug Club.
Underneath the gray streets where the gray people walk, there's a small secret nightclub where subversives sit and talk, listening to illegal jazz, 10 years behind the Western fads, smoking Georgian gold. They refuse to do what they are told. Moscow drug club, secret rendezvous. Moscow drug club, where the Reds play the blues. You don't hear balalaikas when there's trumpets to be blown. They ignore the party lines and disconnect the telephone. They do the shimmy and the shake. They take a little red pills to stay awake. Underneath the Kremlin's gaze, being a beatnik whiskey's risky nowadays. Moscow drug club, secret rendezvous. Moscow drug club, where the Reds play the blues. Once again, Mr. Merrick Salmon on the accordion. Yeah. Thank you once again for being here. My name is Katya. We are Moscow Drug Club. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please come again. Underneath the gray streets where the gray people walk, there's a small secret nightclub where subversives sit and talk, listening to illegal jazz, 10 years behind the Western feds, smoking Georgian gold. They refuse to do what they are told. Moscow drug club, secret rendezvous. Moscow drug club, where the Reds play the blues. Moscow drug club, the 5-year plan is just a joke. Comrades, please come and find us again. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Feel free to. We've got some CDs for sale this evening. Come and find us afterwards. We would be grateful. Come on in and have a smoke. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Please come and say hello. Please come and find us again. God bless. We'll see you next time. Thank you.